Hello, my dearest confidants. So in this series, we're talking about why I feed my horses what I feed them. And we're going to start off with Beet, Pulp, Pellets. I do the pellets and not the shreds because I feel like the shreds are tougher and don't absorb water as well. Let's start with the basics. Beet pulp is what is left over after the sugar beets are processed. It's the fiber that's left over, to be more specific, and there's no sugar in it and there's no other additives in it. I don't get anything with any molasses or anything. I have weaned the horses off of sugar because it's not good for you. It's like crack anyways. But the reason why I feed beet pulp is for a few reasons. The first reason is that it's a vehicle for the other supplements that I give to my horses. And I say supplements because I do not give them grain. Everything that I do is individualized, but we'll get into that. Beet pulp is the fiber that they need for helping to move things along, so that way they can have healthy poops and not have colic. It also feeds the good bacteria that is in everyone's tummies and helps to maintain that balance. It ferments in the hind gut and helps to maintain that healthy gut flora by feeding them, because they need something to eat, right? And by them, I mean the gut flora. And so that helps, because if you don't have a healthy gut, you're not healthy anywhere else. Like, if your gut's unhealthy, you're unhealthy. That's just nature of science, right? There's that. And then I soak mine because it gives added water content to their diet. They are naturally fed hay, right? And the majority of their diet is hay, and that's dry. It's dried out grass. And so in order to give them another source of water to help thicken things up that need to be thickened and loosen things that need to be loosened, so that way things can pass through properly, the beet pulp does that for them. The addition of the water into the beet pulp also helps in the wintertime, when they tend to not drink as much water as they do in the summer. And the reason for that is simple. It's because the water's cold and it's just not as palatable to them on a cold day. Who wants to drink cold water on a cold day when you're cold, right? And so there's that. The fiber content, yep, and horses need fiber, and you'll know if they're getting too much fiber because their poops will get super loose, and if you're not giving enough, then they will have a hard time passing stool, or they'll pass the stool and then you'll notice that it's really hard for it to break down, because it should break down pretty readily when raked through or wetted. It shouldn't stay in ball form. Let's see, what else about beet pulp? At the end of this video, I'll show you what the beet pulp looks like before it's soaked. I'll show you what it looks like with the right amount of water over it, and I'll show you what it looks like after 20 minutes of soaking, and that's how long I soak my beet pulp. I tend to that or a little longer. You don't want it to soak too long, because then it'll start to ferment before it even gets digested, and that's bad. That can cause colic and other issues, and you don't want that. My guys about a pound of pellets a day. I think I actually might shorten that a little bit, make that maybe half a pound a day, because it's really just a vehicle for the other things, and then some of the other things that I'm feeding them also contains fiber, and I don't want to be giving them too much fiber. This is what the beet pulp pellets look like. You can feed them dry, but I prefer them soaked. Good rule of thumb, this is just a small amount just so you guys can see. I do just enough water to cover them. Just enough water to cover them. They'll soak all that up in about 20 minutes. And this is what it looks like when it is the right consistency for them to consume. I love you, my dearest confidant. Hope this helps. Until next time.